my contract to not talk to you guys.
That was your next one.
God. All right, let's do this. Oh, no. Ah.
Don't sound so excited.
I'm so excited. Do I have ice cream on?
No, you look good.
All right.
Obviously, a big one coming up Monday night against Cincinnati Bengals. They're 0-2. How ready do you think this team is for the national stage as you guys kind of advance?
Yeah, I mean, we had, 2 weeks of really getting to learn each other and doing all that. Things that we need to clean up in those first 2 weeks, but offensively, we're just that close. Lack of communication in certain aspects of the game. But like I said, if we fix those things, offensively, we can be really, really good.
How good does it feel to run the ball like you did against the Giants?
Oh, my God, it feels so good. Like I said, feed the man. Just feed the man, and he'll do special things, and that's what he did.
The efficiency, I mean, the third down pickups, all of it is there. It's just not finishing. What does this offense look like when it really starts to click?
I mean, you got to see how we were driving down the field last game. I mean, when all, Pistons are firing at the same time, we're rolling. So we have a lot of talent everywhere. And, if we protect the guy back there and do our thing, he's going to make special things happen.
Usually we might ask about specific defensive tackles you're going up against. They've got so many injuries, I don't know if we know who is in there. How do you prepare without kind of knowing exactly what they're going to do?
I prepare for everybody. That's how I always do, regardless. I mean, the worst things to do is to go out there and be like, oh, crap, I didn't know he was playing. I'm going to prepare each and everyone that goes out there. So that's how I do my film study, and that's how I'm going to do this game.
You like the fact that it feels like the run game is now the identity of this offense, at least until Jade maybe matures a little more?
Yeah, it's like I said, it's if we can play complementary football, the run will help the pass and do all that. And we have a stud back there that can, run that rock. So, like I said, everything, I really feel like we're getting there. We're close.
You guys had no problems driving down the field last week, using the running game especially, I think helped you guys utilize that. But now going into this next week, knowing how close you were, just how obviously you guys are hungry to score every single game, but just to finally get into the red zone this week, how much of an emphasis was that to put?
Yeah, majority of the thing was just communication things down there. Obviously, the penalties on the false starts, there's just miscommunication on those. And so if we can fix that up and do that, it got loud down there, so it was hard to hear. And so one thing we just got on the silent, hey, we're going to do some silent if that's the case. If we ever get in this situation again, we're a new offense, a lot of new guys. It was a learning experience for us. And, it sucks that it happened, but, we learned from that and we move on.
And especially going into Cincinnati, you might have that same problem where it's going to be especially
100%.
loud. So how well do you guys think you are prepared for an environment like that?
Again, we'll know the cadence in that aspect and go on silent. We have that planned, and it's going to be an electric atmosphere, but we're practicing. We're doing everything we need to do on our end to be prepared for that.
Thanks, Sam.
Yeah, no problem.
Thanks, dude. Big game means you got it.
Hey, Brian, last week is over. What did you learn from there facing Cincinnati this week? What are some keys that you can take from the first 2 weeks as far as what you're seeing from this offense?
I just feel like we just haven't put together a complete game, clean game yet. Still, trying to figure out what we want our identity to be, and I think we got a great idea of that in the first 2 games. So it's definitely something to build off of, going into week 3. So I'm excited to see how we can mix it up and, put them to the test.
What does it do for a running back when the quarterback's also a running threat?
Obviously, it takes pressure off of us as runners. They too focused on the quarterback sometimes until, like I said, it takes pressure off of us. And, with him having the threat that he has with his legs, it's going to continue to soften things up for us. So, I expect things to be more clear for the running backs.
Obviously, you guys moved the ball really well against the Giants, just couldn't finish it off in the end zone. How close is this offense to fully go?
I mean, we stopped ourselves, when we got in those situations. It's nothing that they did to stop us. All of that was, on us. So we just need to clean up those errors, especially in those critical times, when we're on the field. And I feel like we'll finish those, with points, touchdowns.
Brian, what is a film session like when you have 7 scoring drives, but they're all field goals? There's no touchdowns.
I mean, we won. At the end of the day, we won. It was ugly. It's hard to win. We knew what put us in those situations. We're thankful to have a kicker that can go 7 for 7 and make all those to, bail us out of not scoring touchdowns. But hey, we got the win. It was ugly, but we got things to work on.
DQ mentioned that he was impressed with your hands, in particular your physicality, kind of unlocking and having everybody see everything that you can do, a lot of tools in your arsenal. How exciting is that for you to continue to build off of that?
It's great for me. Every day I get to just, prove, what I'm capable of, no matter what it is, catching or running. So, the more targets I get in the passing game, the more, exciting.
Let's jump out. Obviously, Monday Night Football, Cincinnati, you guys are coming off the big win. What could a win like this do to build momentum for this organization?
Anytime you get a win in this league is always going to build momentum. I think for me personally in the defensive line, don't make the game bigger than what it is. Go in there and work on the things we got to improve on from last weekend. Go in there and do what we have to do to get the win.
How much improvement do you want for this defense?
Oh, I mean, you always want more improvement. Obviously, we're happy we can get the win, but still a lot of things we got to do better. So, I mean, you can never be satisfied in this league, and obviously we're not we can't even think about being satisfied. So we're just ready to play some football.
Ready to chase around Joe Burrow?
Always fun.
I was going to say, just what kind of a test is this for you guys early on in the season to see? I mean, they're 0-2, the Bengals, but I think many would say this is still a pretty good football team.
Oh, man, they're a really good football team. When you have a quarterback like Joe Burrow and a receiver like Jamar Chase and, the players that they have is always going to be exciting to go against them. They're a great team. I don't really look at the record because the difference between winning and losing in this league comes down to usually about 3 to 4 plays a game. So they could easily be 2-0. So we're going to go out there and we're going to play some good football, and I'm excited for it.
What do you want people to take away from this team when you guys step on the field? Because a lot of people don't know what this 2024 Commander squad looks like.
Yeah, I mean, as a defense, we definitely want to be known as a defense that's physical and flies around and hits people. So we got to go out there and continue to put that on tape.
Thank you, John.
Sweet.
Appreciate it, man. So much gets said about establishing an identity. What do you think that win over the Giants did to kind of give you guys an identity?
Yeah, I mean, it just went to show how tough of a team we are, and obviously the score wasn't what we wanted to, and we weren't able to execute in the red zone and stuff like that. But we showed how tough of a team we are and how we're able to run the ball when we need to, and I think just establish the line of scrimmage.
What's the film room like when you're not getting in the end zone? And there's a lot to like, but I imagine the coaches are still kind of getting on you guys about the red zone efficiency.
For sure. It's just, going down and executing and finishing. Like in the Giants game, we knew what they were running on defense, but it just came down to our execution and being able, put ourselves in position to win. And, we had a lot of pre-snap penalties, and then we also just had a lot of times where we didn't execute, where we knew what the coverage was. And so just that last part of being able to finish drives is what we've been really preaching.
What do you think of Jaden now through 2 games?
Yeah, impressive, man. He's been playing great. He's been handling and taking care of the ball really well, making smart decisions, and just managing the offense, going out there, not trying to do too much, do too little. He's just going out there and executing and doing his job.
Is it kind of what you expected after training camp and everything else, or has he even surpassed expectations?
I mean, just like his composure and his maturity and just how level-headed he, has been from the jump since he's been here, is translated really from practice into the game. And so I don't think it's anything I didn't expect. He's gone out there and proved he's exactly what he is.
Monday night, Joe Burrow, pretty stoked for this one?
Yeah, I am. It's going to be a fun environment. I'm sure it's going to be a packed crowd and a loud and noisy crowd, so I'm excited for it.
Thanks, buddy.
Cool, thanks.
The connection with you and Jaden, how obviously you guys had a pretty good one out there. How nice was that first game to have that with the quarterback?
Yeah, it was good to hit on a couple plays. We connected on, I think it was 3 plays, one of them being a big one, but it was good to get my first experience out there with Jaden, and I was really impressed with how he handled everything, and especially that last 4-quarter throw was a dime. So, I'm excited to keep going with him.
How did it feel for you on a new
I mean, it felt good, but kind of like I said after the game, that's what I expected myself. You know, being around in this league for so long, I know that your number might not get called every play, but you better make it the play when your number is called. So I do the best of my ability to do that. Happy that we got it done.
How much more can your role maybe expand in this offense?
I think the sky's the limit. As long as I continue to capitalize on my opportunities, I think the coaches will game plan and put me in how they see fit. But anytime my number's called, I'm trying to execute.
I know you got Cincinnati coming up, Monday night game. How do you see that game? What is the key things for this offense to get off to a quick start?
Just really focusing on the details. You're going into a hostile environment against a good team. It takes a really good week of practice. It takes being locked in from Tuesday on to Sunday, and I think we've done a good job of that so far. But it's all about the practice week and nailing it down then. So Sunday is just rehearsal.
You got a chance also to look at the film from last week. What were some of the takeaways as far as what you learned about what this offense is doing and moving forward?
I mean, it certainly hasn't been as pretty as it could be or as pretty as we wanted to be in the first two games, but it's a hell of a lot of plays out there for us to make and a hell of a lot of plays that we are making. So, I think that we have a lot of opportunity for growth as the season goes, and as long as we stay locked in, it'll happen.
Talk about a little bit about the red zone, getting down there that many times. What are some of the things offensively, receiver-wise, that you all can do probably this week to help out Jaden a little bit more?
The same thing that we do in the open field is just execute the play that's called. We don't got to do anything special in the red zone. It's hard to get down there as many times as we did, so it tells you what we can do as an offense. We just got to finish.
Sorry, I didn't want to bug you in case you had something set up there.
But she looks better, he does.
That's true. Monday night, Joe Burrow. How different do you guys need to play to give this team a chance to win?
I feel like, we're going to go out there and always give it our best shot, man. I don't feel like there's anything different. We're just trying to clean up the mistakes from the first two games and just put our best film out there.
It's been a lot of moving parts in the secondary, guys getting hurt in game, out of game. How prepared is your group for Jamar Chase? It looks like T. Higgins might be back on the field. How do you get ready for this specific matchup?
Really, man, just game prep throughout the week, just getting those reps at practice, and just flying around, man, and just making plays. Coach always talks about all 11 to the ball. That's what it's going to take, man. So just everybody on the same page, flying around and making plays.
You were here last year. There was a stretch without any wins. How nice is it just to be back in the building after a win?
Oh, man, it felt great. It definitely is a different feeling, man. Just coming back in here knowing that we got the job done the day before. So just trying to keep that thing rolling.
Thanks, buddy.
All right, no problem.
We're in the pressure today. He seems like, I know it's a game is a game, but take a little minute and actually embrace that you're on Monday Night Football in front of the nation. Do you guys do that, or I know you have to we have to play the game, but is there a little bit of you that goes, we're on Monday Night Football?
Not really. I think this is my first Monday. Yeah, it is my first Monday night game, man, and I just treat it like any other game, honestly, for me. And
could that maybe hit Monday night then, or as you're preparing?
I don't know, man. I don't know. It might.
All right.
We'll see a little later in the week.
Yeah,
we'll have to see later.
Thanks,
All right,
it was just weird because it was you may not ask about Saturday. That's not on the topic.
I will not ask about Saturday. Oh, sorry. Coming off the win, you're going up against a really good D-tackle and Dexter Lawrence in that game. How much did that win mean for this franchise?
Oh, it means a great for this year and how much we've grown, but also it's a division opponent. I mean, that's huge. Very exciting of what we can become at the same time. Obviously, there's great lessons within the game, whether you win or lose, and obviously coming off that game and having those meetings right after the game and kind of dissecting how can we even be better than that, right? I mean, obviously 7 field goals is phenomenal, but how can we turn those into touchdowns for the offense, obviously. But no, it's damn exciting for sure.
The way you guys are running the ball, what does that say about this O-line?
That we're versatile. I mean, that we're versatile. We have a lot of options, and Coach Cliff does a great job putting us in the best position to win. But having that great chemistry and unity within the O-line, but not even O-line specifically, but all 11 on the same page and blocking downfield or whatever that play call is. We have a lot of different options in how we go about.
False starts in the red zone were killers. How do you guys fix that going to what's going to be a loud Monday night atmosphere?
Yeah. No, I mean, it's obviously going to be a great test. I mean, obviously, the that's part of the corrections, obviously, like I talked about before. But that growth and how detailed we can be with the communication and just being on point, obviously, like, you know, even simulating crowd noise and everything we can do, we're going to do to, you know, fix those crucial, you know, areas that we can improve on.
If there was one thing you could pick you want people to take away from this team Monday night, what would that be?
I mean, I don't really like, you know, think about too much about people, but just how the tenacity and finish and strain we have, and whatever that situation is, that, you know, we're going 100% and we're flying around and we're being the best version of us when the best is needed. Obviously, we can't, you know, dwell in what happened in other possessions or whatever, but we're playing that possession, and that's what you saw at the end of the game, right?
Awesome. Thanks, Tyler. Thank you.
Wiley was filming.